So we'll go through the lesson plan and I'll show my screen here. Okay, so now you can see my screen. So we're going to start off first with the home screen searching. So on the home screen, there's different variables that you can search by. So I just have a sample initiative up here. And you can see it's the success plan. So we're going to use this for an example. So the first variable that we have by default is last name. So if we click the drop down, there are other variables that we can search by in here, like school year, case open date, grade, school, and so on. I'm going to take an example. So let's say I'm the case manager for a certain amount of students, and I want to search who my students are. So I'm going to type in my name. I've already went through some records and put my name in it because the variable has to be, the data has to be in the initiative in order for this to work. So I want to see who all my students are that I'm the case manager of for this initiative. So I type in my name and click search. So here I have 11 students that are my students. You can add up to 3 variables in the home screen search by clicking the add button in between search and clear. So let's say I want to search only my grade 11. So if I click on grade and I add grade 11 and click search, so now it shows me only my grade 11 students. So I have 6 for this example. I'm going to add a third search here, and it's going to be for school year. So it's probably not going to change the results unless one of those templates or one of those initiatives don't have the school year in it. So you can see it didn't change the results. The one good indicator with the school year for searching on the home screen would be if the students have multiple records, like let's say they had a record from last year and the search wasn't pulling up the correct number and you're aware of that. The school year is a good thing to search by because it's the most recent record. So I'm going to clear this out here. And you can also just do a search by, let's say, grade 11. So I want to see all my grade 11 students. You can just type in grade 11 and click search. So it shows me I have 7 grade 11 students. One of the features with the home screen searching is with the results that you narrowed down, it's kept when you click on a student's initiative and you're scrolling through. So I'll show you an example. So I'm just going to filter by my name again. And I'm going to just add, let's do my grade 12 students because it looks like I have 2 up here. Actually, I'll do grade 11 because there's a lot more students. So I'll do grade 11 again. So I have 6 of them. So I'll just show you what I'm talking about. If we look, we have Isabella first, then Jordan, then Drew, and then Rachel. So if I click on Isabella, my next student in my list will be the same student that was on the home screen in that list. So it keeps that query that we just searched for. If I go to the next one, it's going to be the next student. If I go to the next one, it's going to be the next student. So it keeps those results when you're flipping through your students. It will also keep it when I go back to the home screen. So you can see that the results are still there. So that's kind of a nice thing that a lot of people aren't aware of when you're actually flipping through after you've drawn up the results, is keeping the same results from the home screen. All right. So next we'll go to do some advanced search stuff. So to access advanced search, we go to the analysis button along the top and then advanced search. So you'll see along the left-hand side these are the templates that I have assigned to my test account here. You would click on the radio button and it will show you the filters in the middle and then the show and results screen. So the filters will be what you want to narrow down your results by. So for example, when I did the home screen search, I wanted to narrow by me as a case manager and my group of grade 11 students. So it's the same sort of thing with the filter by category. In the show results, this will be in the results screen that comes up after we do the search. These will be the columns that will show in that screen. So you can deselect and select certain ones that you want to have show in the results. So I'll just do an example with the success plan that I have made input into the student records. So I'm going to filter by grade 11 again. And I'm going to do myself as the case manager. One key thing to remember is in searching, when it's a text box like the case manager is on the template, you have to search by what you input into that box. So let's say if I put just my initial and I'm trying to search by Darren, it's not going to give me a match because it's looking for Darren when I put D in there. So that's one thing to remember. Okay, so I have grade 11 grade is 11 and case manager is Darren. So in the show results screen, I don't want to see all these columns, so I'm just going to deselect and I'm going to say, okay, I want to see the grade. We know what school it is, and I want to see the case manager and maybe the school year. So next I'm going to select search, and it's going to give me my results. So you'll see that we have the school year, the grade, and case manager up. So I'm going to go back to the advanced search screen and just talk about the all records and most recent records that you see to the left of the search button. So most recent record, well, in the results screen, it will show you the most recent record for the student. For all records, it will show me all the records that the student has ever had. So if I choose that this time, and I'm just going to show a couple columns here. I'm not going to filter by anything just because I want to show you the results. And I'm going to click search. So as we can see here, Emily has 4 records. There's probably a couple other students that have a couple records as well. So when you do all records, it will show you every record that the student has. I'm going to go back to the advanced search screen again and show another search here. Actually, I'll show the results screen and some of the things that we can do on the results screen here. So I'm just going to bring up a couple columns so we don't have too much on the screen. And just use most recent records and go by me as a case manager. So in the results screen, we can actually change these columns around. So if I want to like put grade over here, we just drag and drop it. So if you want to have your results show a certain way, if you want to save them, you can just drag these columns around. The other thing is we can copy it to the clipboard, and we can also save it to Excel, or we can save it to PDF, and we can also print the results. Another thing is we can stretch out this table, or we can condense it. This feature is nice if it's a column that has a lot of input in it, and it's not showing up in like the default size that it's come out in. That's kind of a nice feature there that we can use. So I showed filters, multiple filters. I showed without filters. I believe that is it. If anybody has any questions or they want me to show them an example, feel free to put it in the chat there and I can go through it. All right, so we had a good question here. With the one example I was showing with Case Manager was I was typing in my full name, but the question is, can I just type in like DAR, for example? Yeah, you can do that, so I'll just go through and show that. So if I type in DAR, and I'm just going to deselect here and select a couple other fields to show. Grade, school year. So I still get the same results. So that was a good question. Thank you. If anybody has any other questions? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so each field, as long as it's marked searchable, then it will show up. So everything that shows up in the results screen and the filter by categories, all these are marked within the template as searchable. Does that answer your question, Amber? Okay, so I just had a question asked of how it looks in the results in Excel. So I'll just go through that here. Okay, so you can see my screen again. So I'm just going to run another search here, and I'll just go with the no filters. Okay, so if I go to Save and select Excel, it gives me a little pop-up here. I'm going to save it to my desktop just so we can open it easily. And just click Save. And then I'll go to my desktop and just open it up. And there you can see it has it in columns the way it came out on the results screen here. So I'll just so we can see, there we go. See the students' names. So you see the students' names, the number, school year. So these are all the items that were in the results screen. All right, if we don't have any other questions at this time, then that's the end of the searching webinar for today. I hope everybody found it informational and they can share it with their colleagues. If you have any feedback, we'd like to hear about it. Enjoy the rest of your day. If anybody else has any questions afterwards that they end up thinking about, you can just send it to support or send it to me personally, and we'll be happy to help them. All right, everybody have a great day. Thanks again.